everybody, I'm the Gulf Coast Granny and welcome back to my kitchen. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas yesterday. I know my family did. We had a whole bunch of food and lots of gifts and lots of kids and lots of fun. In fact, this morning I'm drinking out of my brand new travel mug that my grandbaby got for me. It says, "A garden of love grows in a grandma's heart." And I just love it. I think it's beautiful. She was so proud. She brought me this little box. And she said, "This is for you, Granny." And it just melted my heart, you know. So yesterday, after we were finished eating, Poppy noticed that there were a whole bunch of leftover mashed potatoes. And he wanted to bring them home so we could make some potato pancakes this morning. And I decided that instead of making them pancakes, we would make them waffles, because they have a really crispy edge. You know, when you make a pancake, it's soft in the middle and crispy on the outside. But when you make a waffle, it's crispy all the way around. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make some leftover potato waffles. First thing I'm going to put in this bowl is about a tablespoon of melted butter. I'm also going to crack an egg in here. And stir that up just a little bit with the butter. I'm going to put about 3 spoonfuls, and this is just a a spoon for the tablespoon. And we'll stir that up. I'm going to put in a few dashes of garlic powder. About 3 cups of potatoes. See, it's making a sloppy batter here, or a sloppy mixture. I'm also going to throw in, this is probably about a half a cup of bacon, chopped bacon. And now, I'm going to put just enough flour in here to thicken up the batter just a bit. And I'm not sure how much it's going to take, but I'll know when it looks right. There we go, that's looking better. You almost want it to look like a biscuit batter. Now, I'm going to open up my waffle iron. And I'm going to spray it with a little cooking spray. I don't use a whole lot, just enough to keep it from sticking. And now I'm going to, smash that down like that. And give it about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes to cook. Oh my goodness, I forgot to add something. Shoot. Oh well, hang on a minute. Cheese. Cheese is missing. Goodness gracious alive. Let me put the rest of this bag of cheese in there. It's probably a quarter of a cup or so. It don't matter. If you like cheese, load it in there. try to do is make it taste like a loaded baked potato. The only thing I don't have is chives, but we can do without chives. I'm glad I remembered that on the first one instead of the 10th one. Let's see if this one's finished yet. Just about. So we did Christmas a little different this year in our house. In years past, my oldest daughters would always come to my house Christmas morning. I think that watching their younger siblings open their gifts was very important to them. But this year, my GrandMillie turned 3 in the spring, and I suggested to the older girls that we all stay in our own homes Christmas morning this year. So that's what we did, and it was great. Instead of all meeting here for Christmas morning, what we did is we had Christmas in our own houses, and then at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we all met at my older daughter's house for dinner, or a late lunch. Each family brought a main dish, a side, and a dessert. And let me tell you something, we had more food than any of us could eat, and it was just a lot of fun. Everybody brought everybody's gifts to each other, and of course to the GrandMillie, and we had a great time. And we also, I'm dying to tell somebody this information, okay? I've been dying for weeks and weeks and weeks to tell this, but my oldest daughter is making me a granny again, and we're going to be having a little boy in June. And I'm so excited I can't stand it. She found out on Christmas Eve that it was a little boy, and I couldn't be any happier. I've got a granddaughter, and now I'm going to have a grandson, and any more than that is just icing on the cake, you know? I'm very excited. I can't wait till he gets here, and I can't wait to just lay my eyes on him and hold him and let him know who his granny is. I'm going to get emotional if I don't stop. But the whole family's very happy. You know, when Erica had Millie, she lived in Virginia, so I wasn't able to be very involved in her pregnancy and, you know, the daily stuff that goes on. And it was very difficult because I couldn't get there when she had the baby until, let me see, I think Millie was about 3 days old the first time I saw her. As soon as she had the baby, I called my husband and told him, tell your job that we got to go. And we drove all the way from here to Virginia to see the baby, and we surprised her because she didn't think we were going to be able to come. And it was a really good time. It was a tiring trip, and we were only able to stay, I think, 3 days. Then shortly after that, let's see, Millie was born in the spring, and by August, Erica and her husband had moved down here to Mississippi. So I've been able to be in Millie's life since she was 4 months old. But I'm very excited for this new baby because I'll get to see it from start to finish. Oh, that one looks better. But anyhow, it's been a pretty exciting week around here. It started off bad. Monday morning, I woke up pretty sick. Really sick. I felt like I was going to die, to be honest with you. I was sick to my stomach, and I woke up and went to the bathroom to, you know, because I was feeling sick. And I didn't get sick, so the longer I stayed in the bathroom, the worse I felt. And so I went back to lay down in the bed, and I never made it to my bed. I ended up passing out on my bedroom floor. And I don't pass out. I mean, I think I can count on one hand the times I've passed out in my lifetime. And 2 of those times I was pregnant, so I don't know what caused it. I went to the emergency room because my daughter, she helped me up, and she was really scared. And one of the things that scared me was that I was sweating really bad and I felt nauseous, just like when I had a heart attack 2 months ago. And I just wanted to get checked out to make sure that it wasn't my heart, and it wasn't. The doctor seems to think that between being sick and all of this new medicine that I'm taking, that combination didn't work out well for me. So, but I feel fine now other than being sore. I guess I landed on my left side, and I've got a bruise on my hip that's probably that big, and a knot under it that's the size of a baseball. And of course, I hit my elbow. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I landed on my elbow right here, and it's real sore, and my shoulder's real sore, but I'll be fine. It's funny, though, because before the doctor released me from the hospital, he said, I told him, I said, I didn't really think I hurt myself when I fell because I wasn't even paying attention to it. I said, but the longer I've been laying in this bed, the more my left side hurts. And he asked me where it hurt, and I told him, and he says, well, you want me to give you some pain medicine to take home? And I wrinkled my nose up because I don't normally like to take pain medicine at all unless it's Motrin. And but I went ahead and I said, you know what, just in case, just, give me a couple of them, and that way maybe I can sleep good tonight or whatever. Let me tell you something. I am so glad that I went ahead and agreed to that, because Monday night and Tuesday night, I hurt so bad that I couldn't hardly move. And the only way I could go to sleep was to take that medicine. Now, I only took it at night, those 2 days in a row. But I was so glad that I had it, because if I hadn't, I probably still wouldn't have slept. I am feeling better this morning, though. I'm not as sore, and I can move everything now. Oh, that looks nice. Look at that. Yay. I'm so excited. Don't you just love it when the food that you're trying to make turns out well? I don't make these very often. In fact, I've never made them into waffles. I've made potato pancakes before. But when you have a new idea and it works out well in the kitchen, it just kind of makes you feel good. I know I get way too excited about my food. But maybe that's why everybody likes what I cook. I put a little bit of excitement into it, and, I kind of put my heart into it. Most of the time. Sometimes I just don't feel like cooking at all. And you can taste it when I don't. Alright, this one's done. I think. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That is so nice. Trying to get it in an even circle in the center so when I smash it, it'll turn out right. While we're waiting for this waffle to cook, I want to remind everybody that if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I don't know what we're going to do in the new year. I don't know what we're going to do between now and New Year's Day. I know that I'm going to go on a little vacation and go see my parents in Georgia. And I'm very much looking forward to that. So, but I know I'll have some good stuff coming out of this kitchen next year. That you can count on. If you have any suggestions for me, why don't you drop them down below there in the comment section. And maybe I'll just cook up something that you want to see. This really is an easy recipe. I mean, it can't get any simpler than throwing a whole bunch of ingredients into a bowl and sticking it on a waffle iron. Now, I know a lot of people use milk to do this, but I decided I'd use sour cream because it doesn't make it as soupy, and I don't like a soupy batter, not for this. So I'm just going to make this last waffle here for myself and use the rest for when the children wake up, and I'll make them one. I don't want them to have cold potato waffles. And then after that, I think I'm going to do a little bit of after Christmas clearance shopping. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. I know I don't have anything to do. Poppy has the next 12 days off and the kids are out of school, so we're just going to go hang out with each other and do some family things and have a great vacation time. Staycation. Vacation. You know, I think I'm going to invest in a waffle iron that makes more than one at a time, because this thing is kind of slow. And I don't like to stand in front of the stove all day, or even for half an hour. There's my waffle. And I'm going to put a little dollop of sour cream right in the center. And there you have a loaded mashed potato waffle. This makes a really good breakfast, especially if you're not in the mood for something sweet. You know, it seems like a lot of breakfast foods are on the sweeter side. And I really like sometimes not having all that sugar. Anyhow, I'm going to go enjoy my breakfast. And I hope y'all have a great day. I'll see you again real soon, all right?